Why?
It's the door.
You even know that we've already started recording. What's the matter with you?
I didn't know.
I know you didn't know, but the other one did.
I looked up and saw it, and I was like, "That's good. That's gonna be some good content."
I'll probably just put a beep over
That's
it.
nice. That's nice.
And welcome back to D5 Questing.
Like that.
Like that.
I'm curious. I haven't had any feedback on how I'm doing the intros now.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
I really enjoy it. It's fun to be like, okay, on all my editing notes, it's like intro at 1 minute or intro at wherever it needs to be. So, yeah.
I think it's so funny. Some of the candid stuff that you catch.
Yeah.
And then some of the candid stuff I don't mean to catch, but
you end up catching.
But I'm too lazy to restart the episode. So. Yeah, welcome back to D5 Questing, everybody.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the room that Reed and I are in is pretty warm.
I guess we're getting... It hasn't really changed too much.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know.
If you believe in that.
I had a good Thanksgiving.
Where did you go? Don't answer that. You don't know yet.
Probably
It's true.
Wait, what day is it?
I don't know that. I don't know, though.
And we'll find out.
It is
see.
It's the 27th.
November 27th.
I miss Canadian Remembrance Day. That was back on the 11th.
Yeah, so much for remembering that. All right. That's
and you missed Canadian Thanksgiving too. So
that was back at like episode 43.
Yeah, that one, well, I think we got that one.
Episode 50 drops January 1st. Happy New Year's when that happens. And episode 49, Christmas Day.
That is a Christmas present.
That's a Christmas miracle.
That's about the only thing I'll enjoy about Christmas.
Hallelujah.
Freaking hate Christmas.
You guys are weird. Anyway, welcome back to D5 Questing, where we're not all of us hate Christmas, just a couple of us. Anyway, so
Bilbo Baggins would say, just me and you.
Turkey.
Torvo doesn't believe in that Christmas blasphemy. I hope that we experience Santa in Elibrar so I can kill him.
What's all that talk about hurting innocents?
Santa's not innocent. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
he does not gift poor children. What kind of freak elitist is he?
Listen to me. If you kill him, how many other children will you be hurting?
All of them, hopefully.
Welcome to D5 Questing After Dark, the other After Dark.
Torvo's adopted.
A good Santa Claus. Torvo's adopted.
Apparently, I went really heavy on this, and this is the hill I'm willing to die on, but it's really not. I just really went down this path pretty hard, and I didn't want to give it up, so I'm sorry for that.
I want everybody to send us a message and tell us what your favorite holiday is. D5questers@gmail.com.
Gmail.
I know somebody when I was being born, it was the playoffs. That was their favorite holiday.
Okay.
They didn't want to watch. They didn't want to watch my birth. I'll shut up.
All right. So let's get a recap. Who hasn't recap for us in a little bit?
Yeah, get that recap.
I don't think Rev has.
Rav.
Go ahead, Rav.
Ravioli. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
So we decided to make our way back across the city. Left the Temple of Kohita. Yeah. Decided to go back.
Depends on where you're from.
Rav became infatuated with dirt.
I took a nice little stroll through the orchard, yes. I will admit to it.
Took his shoes off so he could feel the land.
We made our way back to the west side of Parappa on the outside of the city and found Ragbon Smythe, the old bartender starting up another tavern.
Mm-hmm.
And found out that he was kind of a hero to the poor people outside the city there of, what was it, the Blue Crescent Moon? Or the
Blue Crescent.
Blue Crescent.
What's Blue Crescent in Portuguese?
So we had a talk with him in the back of the tavern.
I don't know.
And got some details sorted out. Rav seems to be very interested in starting up Town of Heroes, you might say. So yeah, we're trying to sort out who started these fires and getting a little bit of information and moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're just all coming out of the back room ready to get some free meals, I think is what I heard.
Free food.
Well, I don't know about that. You guys, maybe. So as you guys are sitting in that back room, Ragbon pokes his head in. How would you guys like some free meals or something?
Well, that sounds absolutely wonderful there, Ragbon.
What's the something? Do you have purple stuff?
Sure. I'm food.
Chef's special tonight is undead seagull. I hear it makes a good meal.
It's an old recipe.
It goes way back. We haven't decided where we're dropping that yet, so I guess I can't reference it quite yet, huh? All right. So yeah, Ragbon sticks his head back in and offers that you guys stay for dinner.
It'd be more than a pleasure to take you up on that, Ragbon.
Well, you just sit tight, and I'll have dinner brought in for you. And kind of like looks at the three of you, and smiles, and it's like, yeah, it's good to have friends back again.
But you got to have friends.
So he makes a pretty good meal. Nothing to write home about, but as best as he can do.
If we had a home.
As best as he can do with the scant provisions that they have outside of the city.
All right. You're
saying he rolled a 15, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Does he leave us alone again while we're in the back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Okay. All right. So I want to talk to the group just a little bit.
We'll just roll 100. Whoever rolls the lowest comes down with food poisoning.
Oh. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna just say a couple of words. Everyone, so a little bit of knowledge for you guys. The Thieves Guild actually sits right below where 2 of the temples burned.
Why are you telling us this now?
We could have been asking the Thieves Guild this whole time?
It didn't occur to me until just now.
Oh, my wee green friend.
Is there anybody we can go talk to? Like that guy that we found in the sewers. Let's go talk to him.
No. We're not going to talk to him. But I do have... I think I have a contact that might be willing to help us.
How will we know?
Why are you so leery about talking with some of these guys down there? Is there something that we need to know about?
Well, maybe. It's a long story. But the reason I ended up in Riverbend, I don't even know why I was there. But I got chased out of Propa from the Thieves Guild. At one time, I was the number 2 guy in the Thieves Guild.
Is your name Mordax?
Sure. It is now.
Is your name even Mordax?
Truth be told, I don't remember what my actual given name was.
Is your name on that list that kid showed you?
Yes.
Wait, so why didn't we tell him you were on the list?
Because then there would have been all hell breaking loose.
Why? Wouldn't they want you back? You were number 2.
No, they want to kill me.
Oh.
Why do they want to kill you?
I was pinned for the murder of the Thieves Guild leader. But
did you kill him?
No. He actually turned to stone.
Did you see what happened?
No.
Like all of the rest of us with our loved ones?
Correct.
Was he your father?
He was my mentor.
So, do we need to kill them?
I don't know. But if they're behind these fires, I think we'll need to stop them.
All right. So what should we do?
Well, I need to go back. I want to try and find my contact and try and get information to see if they are the ones behind the fires.
Can I go with you?
Sure.
I'm gonna go talk to my priestess.
Rav?
Goes for a roll in the dirt.
This soil out here is just not so great, but the soil over there in the land of Sviatlo, oh, something about it was just so magical.
Feels like dead dragon.
There's a
Felt
couple
like it too.
small Tarragon temples that I might go and visit.
Oh, and we don't want you to get lost.
First things first, guys. I feel like we should go back to the Hanover place and update Harry.
Good old Harry.
What are we gonna tell him? All we found out is that these guys didn't do it. Possibly. At least not Ragbomb.
But that's a little bit more information than what he has now, bro.
And he can help take that to the council and let them know.
Forestall them.
That might at least give some relief to them from the city.
True.
Well,
Torvo just whispered under his breath, kind of frustratedly, oligarchies.
Specifically theocratic oligarchies.
Right.
All right, so we're all in agreement then. Back to the Hanover residence first, or shall we meet up there?
I would say Hanover first.
Okay.
Hand over fist.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hopefully he doesn't try to feed us.
well, I think I'll, since you guys are going to be doing your stuff after, maybe I'll just stick outside here and walk through the woods and whatnot outside.
Do you want to die, Rav? Because that's how you die.
I don't think you should be alone. And how will we know when to meet up? And we got trapped outside the gate before.
I got my papers.
Oh, you have your papers to get. You have your papers to get through the secret entrance.
No, that'll let him through the gates.
Well, I thought we went through the secret entrance to get.
We did, but those papers let you go through the gates too.
Dude,
Yeah, they should let you go through the gates and the secret entrance.
It's just papers to get in and out of the city. It doesn't matter which
But-
entrance.
So they're a little bit more than that because they're also allowing you entrance and egress through the secret entrance. And so
It's like we have confidential access.
yeah, so like if you just showed up with regular papers to that shed or that shack, then they'd be like,
No.
help you.
Other way.
You're under arrest.
So yeah, they wouldn't let you through.
Okay, so we're splitting the party.
Okay.
Well, good luck, Rav. I hope you don't die.
Oh, need not worry about me, but we'll meet back up in, what, you say the end of the day?
Well, it is the end of the day.
It is the end of the day.
Oh, is it already dark then?
Yeah.
I'll see you in the morning.
Fantastic.
So
Right,
I think that there'd be enough daylight left to go through and kind of do your activities and then end at the Hanover residence, like right at twilight, basically.
There's no way I can make it over to Colita in that much time.
It's a big city.
With that attitude.
It's got to walk 5 miles all the way across the city, and then walk 4 miles all the way back.
Man, why don't you catch a cab? Jeez, I was wondering. There's a tram that goes straight through the city.
Or at least, carriage, drivers.
Yeah.
Subway.
You mean rickshaw?
And we
Yeah,
all
that's
know
one.
we all know that they have like rocks that fly cages around too. I mean, come on.
I'm preferable to a fancy cab.
Okay. So are you guys splitting up and running your own individual errands first, or are you going back?
No,
to
we were
Hanover?
going back to the Hanover residence first.
Whoa! All right, sounds good.
Hanover, then split.
Well, let you know what Hanover says, Rav. Peace.
Okay,
homie.
guys.
Okay, so Rav is going and just being with nature for a little bit, and the other three are going to the Hanover residence.
Okay.
As we're going through the shed, though, I talk to the guards.
So,
They may try and do something to the water supply. You may want to send some guards there.
Ooh. How do you know who should we be arresting?
the water supply. What did they tell you?
It doesn't sound like they're just angry that you aren't letting them in. Well, that the city isn't letting them
Hold
in.
up. Let's get one thing straight. It's not me.
No, I'm
I
sorry.
guess it is me that's not letting them in through here.
you know what I'm
They're,
saying?
they're angry that the city's locked down.
You collectively. Holy cow.
What do you mean
The
you
royal you.
You personally, you guard right there. You know what? It is you. I'm going to sock you in the face for doing it.
It's always you people.
So he's kind of like, well, thanks for the information, but we work for the Hanovers, and we're going to stay here.
All right. I was just saying maybe send some people, not you. Jeez.
Jeez, guys.
Okay.
Cheese and crackers.
Yes, sir. Champ, sir. Welcome back, by the way. Welcome back. We're supposed to say that to incoming guests.
How polite. Thank you.
It's a signal they're going to kill us. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, so you guys go down through the tunnel and back up on the other side. Show your papers there, and everything's just fine, and make it back to the Hanover residence.
Great. Is Harry there?
Harry is not there.
Henry probably is.
Is.
Oh my gosh! You know how I pronounce Henry.
Harry?
It's really confusing. So yeah, Henry's there, and remember he's the gentleman. Harry is Scarface.
Oh.
Henry is the gentleman's gentleman, and he's next in line to be the sitting noble for the Cherobins
Cool.
after his dad dies. So
He's going to be the next Chernobyl.
Cool.
Hey-o. Welcome back. Where's Rav? Is he safe? Is he all right? Is everything okay?
He's fine. He just wanted to be in nature.
Oh, right.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Tracy gets that way from time to time. Oh, T. McDon gets that way from time to time and wants to just be out in nature. So
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway, well, yeah, come in. Let's have you eaten?
What was that?
Yes, we were. They found an old friend in the shanty town, and
I could go for some more.
Yeah, of course. So we'll discuss things over dinner and maybe a glass of sherry.
Shatty.
Sherry?
Is that what you drink while you're having discussions? Sherry and a cigar?
I don't know.
I think it'd be a port.
Yes, quite, yeah.
Torvo refuses to use anything that might make him lose any sense of self
He doesn't know.
in control.
No, this will make you feel more. Just do it, Torvo.
This will
Just
heighten
do it.
your senses.
How about you just do it, Torvo?
And then he
Be a
takes
baby.
it, and then I do my drunken master kind of stuff.
But you're not. But you have like, I don't know. You're a monk. Your metabolism's really high.
Iron gut.
Yeah,
That works.
you're fine.
You're made for drinking alcohol. Now do it.
You've been blessed with this gift.
Look how perfect your body is. Now taint it. While you're at it, we have some blow over there.
So,
Oh god.
So you guys sit down at that dinner table now, the formerly breakfast table that you were at this morning, and yeah. So tell me, dinner's been served. Tell me what you found out.
Well,
Is it the refugees that's behind these temple burnings?
it doesn't seem like the refugees are behind the burnings, no, but they are getting pretty restless and angry out there. I think the council really needs to get on top of trying to see what's going on, to see what they can do to help them. They're not starting the fires.
They're thinking of poisoning the water.
Good call.
Excuse me? Poisoning the water?
Yeah, they were really excited about it, but we said no.
I'm glad you said no. Did they give you any details on their plans? What are they thinking?
They want people to have diarrhea. And that could hurt some kids and kill them.
It certainly could.
That would hydrate them to the point where they might not be able to survive off their small bodies.
Wise point.
I said no.
They're at the point of desperation. They don't have a whole lot. They need something. And the city isn't helping them with anything. They need help with that.
I wish I sincerely...
And they're getting down to desperation. We don't want them to do anything rash. We advised them to not do anything rash and asked them to hold off and do nothing. You know?
Do you know how much time you were able to buy us?
I don't think they're going to do anything. I hope not. But if we can try and discover who's doing these fires, I would assume that the council would let people in.
It would be best to set some guards by the water inlet in the meantime.
I agree. There's already guards there. That's only a small hole that the spring comes out of, and 2 guards patrol either side of the well of the river that comes down through, and we have 2. But I'll certainly do my best to get more guards there. Invaluable sleuthing on your part. Thank you.
I did tell them that to what end? It's not going to do anything for them, but just hurt others. They don't have any strength or anything to come in and to sufficiently hold the area. So,
if only I was on the council instead of my father. We don't see eye to eye on everything, and this is one of those times that we don't see eye to eye, unfortunately.
Okay,
you want to do a rebellion?
What, Reed?
I talked over you. Sorry.
I wasn't saying anything as Mordax. I was just kind of saying stuff.
Oh.
A rebellion? What do you mean? Tell me more about this rebellion, Torvo.
I don't know. They just don't like who's in charge. So if you don't like it, maybe we can use them.
Interesting. I don't want to start a rebellion. My time to be on the council is soon enough, I suppose. But
we did see somebody that mentioned something about an alchemist here in town.
They might have been referring to Shimo, Shadow Breath.
Yeah, they said that he can make potions that are untraceable.
I certainly would believe that. Shimo's a good friend.
Okay.
They implied that they could make stuff that would light fires that we wouldn't be able to track.
You think Shimo's behind the fires?
We don't know Shimo. Would you like us to investigate?
If you think that he might be behind it, it'd surprise me. But he might know something.
Would you think that maybe the Thieves Guild?
No, the Thieves Guild. That's certainly viable. But I don't know if they're directly responsible.
How would you know that?
Well, I know. I don't know exactly who's responsible for the fires, but well, as hard as it is to say this, I know it's one of the partisan groups that's behind the fires, but I don't know which one.
How do you come to that conclusion? And why didn't you say it earlier?
I didn't know if I could trust you.
You trust us enough to smear your name across town?
Well, as
All
I
right,
said before,
Calatrell.
I'd hope that you wouldn't use my name in any ways that would get me in trouble. And it sounds like you did a good job with that. But I just needed to know if I could trust you before I tell you what I'm about to tell you. You see, when the first temple burned down, the Akhotan temple, I thought it was an accident. They are the worshippers of fire, after all. Fire and the sun and the like. Wait, hold on.
No, that's wisdom, truth, and knowledge.
That is wisdom, truth.
Bro,
I know.
that's the library, bro.
I know.
Try again.
You sort
When
of.
the first temple burned down, the Akhotans, I thought it was an accident. I almost was positive that was an accident. Accidents like that happen. I mean, they're not the Usorans who worship fire, but accidents do happen. But then, when their temple burned down, the temple to Usora, I, like most others, thought that it might be the refugees. I was glad to see that the guards were increased at the gates in each of the remaining temples, including the Cherubins. And honestly, I thought the problem had been solved. I began thinking of ways to solve the problem of the refugees. You see, although I'm not a sitting member of the council, I'm an advisor to my father, and in learning the ways of the council and trying to do my best to come up with solutions to potential problems that might, be long-lasting problems. So I set my energy and time to trying to figure out how to deal with the refugees. But I am ashamed to admit that I initially was thinking of ways to get even, as opposed to helping them. But eventually I came to my senses and realized that they probably weren't behind it. They're scared and helpless. The next day, however, the day that I met you, my anger was rekindled when I received word that my own temple was on fire. Early in the morning, and I ran straight there, and as I stood and watched people trying to fight the flames, my anger, like those flames, only grew. It was at this time that, and he kind of looks down, I was approached by one of the leaders of the Cherubins, and I was surprised at the proposition, but you see, things apparently had already been in motion, and the exodus of refugees from the storm only was a catalyst for these events. This leader told me how they were trying to form an alliance between the Cherubins and one of the other partisan groups. They wouldn't say which group, but this other group wanted the Cherubins' help. And as somebody who will be the representative for the Cherubins in the future, they were trying to recruit me as well. Frankly, I was disgusted.
So do you think they did this for persuasion and coercion to their way?
That's, I worry about that, but I don't know who would do it.
What do they have to gain?
And that I don't know either, unfortunately. But, like I said, now that I know I can trust you with those things, I can trust you with these things as well, and I apologize for asking you to interrogate your friends. If I'd known that you were going to meet one of your friends down there, I probably would have done things a little bit differently, but I appreciate you doing that, and now I can trust you with the bigger problem. Unfortunately, my hands are tied, and I can't investigate things as thoroughly as I'd like to, but as you guys have proven, you can get into places that I can't. Unseen, unnoticed, unhindered.
Very sneaky.
Oh?
Where do you suggest that we start?
Well, I think I think that in the morning, or sometime tomorrow, you might be able to take a look at the 3 temples that have already burned down. Maybe kind of work your way around and see the damage that's already been done. I've been to all 3 sites, not as a investigatory in nature, but I've been to all 3 sites, and perhaps there's something there that is right underneath our noses that we just aren't seeing.
Would we be seen as suspicious? Milling through the refuse of the damage?
Well, I can do my best as one of the higher up in the city, as it were. I might be able to adjust your papers a little bit, and you can simply state that you're my employee, and hopefully that'll be enough.
We'll give it a try.
How far do you want us to go with that? What if they say no? Should we force our way in?
The blacksmith told me you had some brass knuckles fashioned. I think that might be appropriate. Well, I think if you approach, you shouldn't have any problem at the Cherobin rubble. The others, I think, if you approach gently and tenderly with understanding and maybe an attitude of help, they might be able to let you in and see what you can find.
Cool story, bro.
Thank you. This is very cool, and brother. But frankly, I was disgusted that somebody in my faith, one of the leaders, would come to me and want my family's money and continued leadership to be used in such a way. I explained that our money and our leadership was not meant to be used in such a way, and I swore then that I would do what I could to expose the plot.
Would you mind pointing us in the direction of the person who came and talked to you? Clearly they know more information that you didn't gain, and maybe we can get it.
Ooh.
I think for the time being we should keep that person anonymous.
He's a friend of yours, then.
Well, all of the leaders of the Cherobins are.
Is it because you don't want me to break anybody's fingers?
That's part of it, but, well, I think that for the time being, anonymity would be best. If it comes to it, though,
You think they would tell somebody, or their missing would alert others?
I think so. And unfortunately, that's, I don't have the power to stop that particular problem.
How about you just let us know so we don't accidentally do something to them? Because it would be a shame if we were led to that person without your knowledge, and then we did something, and we ended up in a folly because of it.
Persuasion.
You can roll persuasion.
Ugh. Diplomacy is doo-doo.
I will also look at it. Or try. I will. Yeah, I will try and assist with that with my.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing the heat, baby.
8.
And my diplomacy to help.
4.
Sounded good.
You 2 goblins bring some convincing arguments to the table, but I think that we better let this one lie where it is. And as I said, if it comes to a last-ditch effort, then I will betray the name to you, and we can go from there.
I hope Torvo can say
Betray the name, huh?
Betrayal! That house on the hill.
I'm hoping that we do something to this person, and then we get to come back, and Torvo's just like,
I tried to tell you.
Maybe we'll meet up with them at the Cherubin Temple and just
yeah,
have ourselves a little, I don't know.
Party?
What do they call it? A tiff?
How you say?
Forceful persuasion.
Okay.
A scuffle of sorts?
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle. I like that one. And there'll be much sniggering.
Huzzah!
Okay.
So
Right.
I hope you can forgive me for seeing if I could trust you before I trusted you with this information.
Yeah, it's not the first time this has happened to us.
Not even the first time today.
No, it's not.
Okay. Will you help me try and get to the bottom of this?
Cool.
Yeah, we already said yes.
We're already,
What we got?
we're already trying.
I'm grateful.
Just remember, if something screws up, it's on you.
Champ, go ahead.
Torvo. I'm just saying this is kind of under my breath of Torvo.
In
Torvo.
Goblin.
Yeah, in Goblin. In Goblin.
Bring your
Torvo,
pinky.
remind me later to tell you a little bit more about boundaries and information, privileged information.
And you see Torvo look off like he's analyzing everything that was just said, and he slowly is like nodding his head like,
Well, that sucks.
And I'll just look back and say, excuse my friend, he's new in town.
Hey, I'm new in town.
Champ, I noticed your sword is different from the one that you set out with this morning.
Yep.
Sore spot, jeez.
Being punished for some injustices that I may have committed.
May or may not have. I'm sorry. That's just how you said it. I may have committed.
Jury's still out. I technically was acquitted.
The glove did not fit.
I need to return to my priestess to talk to her about it all.
Perhaps I could send a letter with my intentions to use your employee in my services. That might help persuade her.
Well, I don't really need persuasion to get my sword back. I just need to do what's right. But if you want to send her a letter for my employee, then that's greatly appreciated.
Okay, I will do just that. Helgana and I go back.
Oh, do you now?
Would you?
Wow, would you mind telling us?
Torvo.
Oh.
In Goblin.
Torvo and Goblin sound surprisingly like Torvo and Common.
I'm sorry.
He kicked me in the knee.
You're all right, Mordax. Do you have something caught in your throat?
As my reflexes were fast enough that I flip off the table away from it.
Okay. Let's switch over to Rav for a minute.
Rav time.
John, wake up.
He's
Rav
staring.
is, Rav's wandering around outside and going through the grass and working his way towards the tree line.
Great. All right, back to us.
Okay, so you're walking back north then, kind of around back of the city.
Yeah, I'll circle around.
Okay, so I'd imagine maybe you walked with them until you got to that shack where the secret entrance is, and that's where you split off.
Yeah, and I continued. Yeah.
Okay. So as you're walking, continued towards the trees and the forest.
He's gonna grow a whole bunch of trees around the spring.
You walk around the northern side of the city, and you're kind of retracing your steps from when you sneaked in, and you get to that spot where Mordax pointed out the way in, and you kind of look at that, and you see that there's a guard kind of idly standing by, and you think, well, it's a good thing that maybe we when we did, because it looks like there might be a guard here every once in a while. And you just kind of continue around a little bit, and you see where that ridge is on the right. So you see where the river is, right where you guys came in.
Yep.
And then there's that ridge past the tower on the right.
Yep.
So you get to about there, and you see a small shack, probably 200 yards or away, and you see a horse-drawn cart pull up to it. You just kind of sit there, and and watch it for a little bit because you're just kind of, like you said, meandering.
Yep.
And you see this horse-drawn cart with a few crates on the back, and you watch them unload the crates into the shack, and then they get back on the cart and drive away. But yeah, you don't necessarily think too much of it unless you want to think more of it.
Well, that would be kind of odd, a shack out middle of nowhere, and no one else around, and
There's lights on
any
inside.
guards around or anything to protect it like that.
So you go in a little bit closer.
Yeah, Rav's a little curious.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception.
Rav's
Level
gonna
16
die.
guys here, level 16.
Don't cross that ledge. It's a higher level area.
Don't touch that dial.
You should have known.
So 27.
27. Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Unless you're just gonna walk right up.
No, my stealth is a +8, so that's 20.
Okay. So yeah, you get up, and so you're probably within 100 yards or 75 yards of it, and you see that the windows on the sides are boarded up, and it's facing the front of the shack is facing to the east, and you come up from the south side of it, but you see light coming from the windows on the front of the shack, kind of out onto the porch area, the front porch area. You see some smoke coming up out of the chimney, and logs on the side, and it just kind of looks like a rancher's house or just a regular house.
Nothing dark about the carriage drivers, the guys that were on the wagon there.
No, they look a little bit tough. Like if you wanted to fight the carriage driver, it looks like there was the carriage driver and then 2 or 3 other people that were kind of there. They looked a little bit more like you couldn't take them by yourself if you wanted to fight them.
Oh, okay.
Let me rephrase that. You very well might be able to. I don't know how the dice would roll, but you don't necessarily see a need for it.
That's up to him.
That is true. It is up to you.
He can accost any individuals he wants.
You there, boy. What day is it?
You there, girl.
So Rav's going to summon. Oh my goodness! Shambles. Back to his side.
We got your back.
Is this the first time Shambles has been summoned? No,
because did that back before. I think it was just after we got out of the cave permanently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's right.
Shambles noodle soup.
So not
Shambles.
not to use him for cover or anything, but have him come up behind the house because I'm curious. Sure, there might be 2 or 3 guys inside. I don't have any intention of fighting them, but might be able to sneak a peek and see what's going on.
It's the whole thing. Has that tree always been there?
Right? Have we always had that bush?
I told you to prune that tree. Why is it sticking its head through the window?
I have to stop enjoying that smoke leaf.
It looks like it's got eyes.
I don't like the way that tree's looking at me. What are you talking about? Oh my.
So Rav's gonna tap Shambles on the shoulder and send him over on the side of the house while Rav himself sneaks up from the other side. We're gonna sneak around and see if anyone's on the porch to begin with, and then as the lights are slowly fading outside here, that they won't be able to see outside as much, so we might be able to get a clearer picture by sneaking a peek inside.
So who's going on? Give me cardinal directions. What side of the house are you on?
So Rav's going to be towards the south side more.
Okay.
And Shambles is going to be on the north side, coming around from west to east.
Okay. So, you both see that the window, or you see that the windows are boarded up on the south side facing the town.
That's fine. That's why I said we're going to try and make our way to the porch, see if anyone's on the porch, and then see if we can't sneak up on the porch and look in through the windows facing the east.
Okay. So yeah, you look in, you poke your head around, and nobody's on the front porch, but you can hear some people talking on the inside of the house.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm gonna call Shambles back around the back. Maybe we'll just wait until they get tired and start going to sleep.
Coup de grace.
No, just be a little bit safer if they're a little merry and decide to nod off.
Okay.
They'll be a little less awares.
Are you ever coming back into town?
When I feel like it. Thank you for asking. Eventually, I will.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of hang around there for a little while, and it doesn't necessarily sound like they're gonna be going to sleep anytime soon. And after sitting there for probably 3 or 4 hours, how long would you say you'd sit there before you're like, all right, I'm done waiting, and you choose to do something?
Well, when it's for sure dark out, that I can pull my cowl up and around my head and sneak a good look in through the window in the front.
Okay. So yeah, it's dark enough that you can do that.
All right. Yeah, I'll go and get a good glimpse of what's through the window, what's all inside there.
Okay. So go ahead and roll stealth one more time.
Won't you tiptoe through the tulips with rabbits?
That's 23.
Okay. So are you just like poking your head right in the window, like, hands cupped around your eyes on the glass?
not quite. I'll be standing a few feet back so it's not obvious someone's there.
Okay.
Right? And then using the shadows from my cowl around my face there to kind of hide it with any sunlight or candlelight or whatever that may shine on me.
Okay.
And just sneaking a quick peek up, looking back down.
Okay. So yeah, with that, you see the crates that they unloaded are just kind of sitting in the corner. You see that there's a table with a couple benches, and some people sitting there. It looks like they're playing a game. They're rolling dice and have like little small figures, little miniatures on the table, and they're carrying on and talking in different voices and stuff. But yeah, it looks like they're having a good time, and like nothing looks suspicious.
I bet you could take them.
Well, I don't need to take them.
How many are there?
Doesn't look like they're up to no good, then I'm not going to worry about them.
So there are 4 people sitting at the table, and then there's one other person making popcorn at the stove.
Call yourself.
Any markings or anything identifiable on the persons themselves or on the crates?
You do see a mark on the crates, but you don't recognize it.
Okay. Something for me to remember, though.
Yeah. You'd be able to identify the mark again if you saw it.
Okay. On that note, direction, did that carriage happen to continue back east then?
Yeah, so the carriage continued back east, and it looked like it was headed back towards the eastern gates of the city.
Okay. Well.
So, but as far as how the people look, they look like regular folk. No special markings to show that they're like soldiers or anything like that.
Okay, well, on that note, then Rav's going to remove himself in Shambles and continue back to the western gate.
Okay. Are you going to go through the gate, or are you going to go through the secret tunnel?
Our secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
And die.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Bedroom.
When I get back there, I'm gonna again. Shambles is going to vanish back to his realm, and it'll just be me again in the city.
Okay, sounds good. And I'd imagine you'd dismiss Shambles before you...
Before we round that tower on the top corner there.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And then are you just going back to the Hanover residence?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. So we'll cut scenes now and go back to the Hanover residence. And this is happening while you were at the cabin. So you guys just finished the conversation with Henry. And did you want to go out tonight, or did you want to go out in the morning?
Well, with the new information that I just got from Mr. Henry Hanover, I don't really want to go see my contact, especially if he doesn't think it's the Thieves Guild that's been doing this. So, if I can keep and not talk to anyone, then I won't talk to anyone.
Okay.
Regardless of what the two goblins want to do, Champ is going back to Colhita's temple.
We'll go with Champ. I want to go with Champ. You want to come with us?
Torvo? Do you want to go with them too?
Torvo's just staring off. Oh, yeah, I'll go.
I said in Goblin, hey, do you want to come with us and we'll discuss a little bit more about this need-to-know information?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Champ, we will accompany you.
Does Mr. Hanover say anything about his voice change?
He doesn't.
It squeaked. It squeaked.
Going through puberty, I see, Mordax.
I am 3.
I'm this many.
Goblins die around age 7, so
They grow up so fast.
Oh, look at them. And to think you were just taking your first steps.
You were stealing your first loot.
Okay. All right, so you guys head over to the Temple of Colhita.
Yep.
Do you want to do... you guys want to do any role play on the way there? Conversation between goblins?
You want to give Torvo the talk?
You want to RP this talk? We can do that. When a mommy and daddy loves each other very much.
There's something about this magic moment. And something about the birds, bees,
Peach
the
pits.
flowers and trees. Something until you're up to your knees, and I think it's called love.
I've watched bees kill a bird.
I'll tell you when you're older. I assume that you're much younger than me. Maybe a year.
Mordax is like, great talk. Great talk.
No,
Thank you for this.
I'm explaining to him about not that conversation. I wasn't having a conversation on that. Oh, heaven forbid.
Someone's going to have to.
We'll get there
What?
on a later time. This is gonna be.
What, you want the other monks to talk to him while he's at monk school?
It'll be like a Bobby Boucher moment. Anyway, so like I was saying, sometimes privileged information for some people, like things that like poisoning the water or something like that, might not be the best way to come out and say that. It's a bit nicer to kind of, well, we were, for example, they're getting hasty and they're talking about maybe poisoning the water because they're unhappy, something like that. Rather, they're gonna poison the water.
Ah, subterfuge.
That's the word.
Okay, so should we lie in all of our dealings? That
No.
doesn't seem okay.
No, it's not lying. It's telling the truth in a better way.
I said it completely. There was no way to mistake what I said.
Except for he probably thought that they were being hostile.
It's called beating around the bush.
They were gonna be hostile.
But we talked them down.
Well, yeah, I said that.
But that's not what you first said.
Because they... Oh.
The way you say things makes a huge difference.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'll say it better.
And yes, like our friend Champ here says, beating around the bush. That's a term for it.
Like shambles.
What's going in his head? Shambles? Beating around shambles?
It's like if I could see around the bush, I should wait to see through the bush.
Metaphors go right over this guy's mind.
Exactly. Now you're getting
and
it.
then hit it so that we can see through it. Yes. I understand.
We'll work on that too.
Do you get it now?
Thank you for this talk. This has been really enlightening. I now see how city folk talk.
Does he move in for a kiss?
No, not with my friends, because I've noticed that never works. I mean, that's not...
Friend zone.
My friends have never tried to kiss me. Why would I kiss them?
Tomorrow evening, we'll go over the whole kissing aspect that you're trying to do. Or the whole... by kissing, I mean when a person's lips touch another person's lips.
Yes, finishing a conversation cordially. Yes.
No.
We never had something like that back at the monastery. We would always just bow, but I see that the city folk, they don't respect as much boundaries, and I'm okay with that.
As we pass a couple of teenagers making out in an alley.
That is
they must have come to an agreement.
Torvo's pulled out a notebook.
No, that is not the case. Champ, could you please explain on this one?
Hey, how about you guys get lost, man? We're trying to have a moment here.
You see what they said?
Oh, to talk about their agreement.
Come on, babe, let's get out of here. These guys are weird.
No.
See you later, losers.
They're in an intimate relationship. Do you know what intimate means?
Well, I mean,
They care more for each other to express a feeling of love.
when I was in the monastery and we meditated together, all of our souls became one.
Monks don't express the same type of... Monks are not the same. I'm sorry.
So, okay, I think I understand. I should ask everybody to meditate with me afterwards so we can understand each other's feelings.
Oh, and if they say no, you say okay.
But what if they don't understand?
They probably won't.
So you guys...
Oh, people are stupid.
Exactly.
So you guys carry on like that, basically the whole way to the temple, and it's up to you, Torvo, if you really understand, or if it's like you think you understand.
Oh no, Torvo's going to start treating people exactly how this conversation is going.
Beat shambles.
Shambles.
Right in the midst of a conversation. Oh,
see,
never mind. I'm going to save this for everybody. I already have him.
trying to be taught by a thief and a guy that's raised himself also to a deity.
High degree.
At least I was in the city.
That's true.
And not all parents agree on stuff, and that's okay. All right, so you make it to...
By the way, none of you ever told me not to kiss people.
Oh, that's right.
I was going to, but then Jacob said that we continued on to the temple.
You can't.
Let's just assume that we did tell you not to kiss people, because it's just not received that way as a.
You'll know when the moment's right.
Hopefully, I don't have a romantic interest in the future.
As a term of
Whoa.
it's not done in the sense of agreement.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you agree to something does not mean you kiss.
It's okay. This is how they do it in my culture. You don't want to be insulting to my culture, do you?
Torvo's in more romantic relationships than he thinks.
Hey, are we going into a little bit more about us going into the temple?
Yes.
Or okay, all right. Just don't end everything right away because I've got something to say.
Who would you like to say it to?
No one. I just need to say something.
Okay. All right.
He wants to pontificate.
I've got something to say.
All right, let's go ahead.
All right, Champion. Do you want to take the two goblins up with you, or are you gonna leave them down in the?
I'll go
After that conversation, he's gonna go try and kiss the priestess.
Good luck, champ.
You yell that, and it echoes.
In the monastery, like yeah.
Hey, Champ, you got this. You're gonna wet one for BSD. Word. Okay. So you go up to Helgana's office.
Beat around the bush.
Explain everything that went on. Give her the letter from Henry.
She looks it over, and you can see that she's her demeanor is better than what it was the day before, or I guess that morning, huh?
I thought that was the night before.
Yeah, I thought we went through a day.
Yeah, it was the day before.
Okay. So yeah, her demeanor's changed either way, and she looks at the letter and reads it over, and then looks back up at you and, well, Champ, are you willing to take on these responsibilities?
Yeah, I want this to stop. I don't want our temple to be in danger.
The other champions are out on other assignments right now, so that leaves you the sole defender of Kolhaita's temple. If what Mr. Hanover is saying is true, and these are indeed dire times, and you are Kolhaita's best hope for this temple.
Yeah, I understand.
With that, she pulls out the sword and asks for your old sword back.
Happily.
Take that right through her stomach.
Take a knee. I knight you. Oh, wait.
Sir Champ. Double knight, what does it mean? Now, Champ, these are the things that a champion does. I hope you didn't think too harshly since we last met about me taking the sword away. Well, there was a lot going on and a lot of stress, and I may have acted out of place by taking your sword. Something that we trusted you with initially, and it's something that, well, I need to do a better job of trusting you, Champ.
I appreciate that, and I'll do better at earning your trust.
You have my word that I will try harder. Thank you for your patience. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to start getting ready for bed. Early to bed, early to rise, as they say. Champ.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And she goes to a cupboard and comes back with a healing potion for you.
Awesome. What kind of healing potion?
The blue kind.
What's the kind that's above lesser?
Healing. Is it minor?
I don't know.
Minor healing.
What's the one above that? Major?
It's just healing.
Okay.
It would just be a healing.
So yeah, she gives you a minor healing potion.
Now I have 2. Woohoo.
And still no sword.
I have some.
She gave Champ the sword back.
Does it come out?
Oh, okay, there it is. I was waiting to hear it.
Yeah. So they exchange swords, and Helgana dismisses Champ.
Good night.
Dad, do you come out of the temple?
Yeah, I come out of the temple.
Come downstairs.
Champ has his sword back.
Check it out.
You're right. I do have my sword back, and I fear for my temple. I fear for my temple. I would like to stay my nights here. If you would like, you can stay with me, but I want to make sure that it doesn't burn down.
You are very good about beating about people's bushes.
Oh my God.
We'll work on that. We'll stay with you.
I appreciate that.
And with that, I'd like to say this episode was brought to you by Customer Care. If we really cared for the customer, we'd send them somewhere better.
Hey.
And with that, 3, 2, 1.
D5. I got my sword back.
D5.